there, one and all, and welcome to another edition of WTF. What the flip, what the frack, what the French toast. And as always, this another podcast in the Jazzy Groove Rainy Day Podcast cast family, are brought to you by the power of 5. If you like what we're doing, consider supporting the channel, and at the very least, hit the like button. You'll be glad you did. Before we get started, there's a couple of announcements I need to make. First announcement is excuse the voice today, but I'm not feeling it today. I'm not 100%. So the voice will go in and out. I do apologize for that. If it gets too much, then we'll have to cut the episode short and pick it up again another time. I also want to let you all know about an ongoing competition we have here at the Common Sense Network, in which one lucky viewer is going to win a 14-inch HP Elite Book Z laptop. And in order to do that, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. That's it. And optionally, if you feel like it, in the comment section, just write done. That's it. We're going to get ready to raffle off this laptop the next week or so. I'm looking into getting a countdown timer so we can count down to when we do it. But yeah, we're going to give it away. And it's just another a way of us saying thank you for supporting the channel. And with that all out the way, my croaky voice notwithstanding, let's get into it. In my eye. Today, we are going to look at a vintage Kevin Samuels video. And we're going to look into, once again, the delusion that is modern women and how to come off to them. And while we do that, I'm going to be breaking it up a bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I have seen this before, so I know what points I want to get across and things like that. But we're going to explain exactly why Kevin Samuels was correct. I know some of you may not like that. Some of you may hate that and take offense to it. To which I say, oh, flipping well. It is what it is. You can take what I'm saying or what he's saying and learn from it and apply it to your life and grow, or you can ignore it and whatever happens, happens. Either way, I'm good. So with that being said, let's get involved.
All right. All right. Hello?
You told me to wave. Yeah, I did.
All right.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
What do you say?
Okay. I said, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Do you have the TV on or is this on something else?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you need to only have on the call so we don't get background looping.
Okay. Is that
All
better?
right. Sure, I think so. And is it just me or is there other people in the room?
It's just me.
All right. So, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. So why do you think I hate women or black women?
Well, for one, the show that you had with other races of women, where they were kind of like critiquing, like, and talking about how they felt about black women and like why they, what their issues and stuff were. I felt like, to me, that kind of, you were kind of like putting other races of women on like this pedestal and like inviting them to talk about
What was the title of the show?
women. Huh?
What was the title of the show?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Right off the
I mean,
bat.
I'm just talking about what I saw from the
Well,
show. I
but
don't.
I'm
Right off the bat, excuse me. She had a complaint about him inviting other women of other ethnic persuasions to come on the show and pretty much badmouth black women. To which Kevin asks, what was the name of the video? Her response, I don't know. So that tells us two things right off the bat. First thing is that she didn't know what she's talking about because she doesn't watch the content. She saw a clip that somebody put up there and said, this must be no video. I'm going to talk about it. And to all the women out there who think as she does, I'm here to tell you she's wrong and you're wrong. And we'll get into it a little bit later. Right now, let's get back to it.
saying what was the title of the show? Because if that was the show title,
I don't know what the title of the show is.
Again, I don't know what the title is. Right there, that tells you we're in for a long one. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's that simple. Now, for all we know, this could be second or even third hand account of what was on the show that she was heard from somebody who's talking to somebody else. We don't know, but we do know she didn't watch it. And most people with negative opinions of his content either A, have never seen it, or B, they have seen it, didn't take the time to understand it, and jumped to the wrong conclusion. Let's get back.
all
I'm
right.
just
So it's
telling
been
you.
recent. It's been recently. It's been within the last several months.
Yes.
How long have you been watching my platform?
Um. Mm, maybe close to a year.
Lies. I call lies. You don't listen to somebody for a year. And I mean listen. Watch in content from beginning to end for a year and have this kind of opinion on it. You just don't. Because for you to listen to it for a year and listen to it that intently, there's things that you're learning from it, which says, okay, well, if you taught me that, what's this one going to teach me? And you listen to it. She's not listening to it. She heard her points and she's going to go in and she's going to wreck him. Or at least that's what she thought. Let's get back to it and see what happens next.
Close to a year. Have you ever seen me allow non-black women to come in and freely check or discuss black women?
I hate to be breaking it up like this, but as I did warn you, I will be cutting into this quite a bit. But he just asked a question that anybody with two brain cells to rub together would ask. And that's simply this. Have you ever, in the year that you've been watching, heard me say it, heard me let people other than black women check them on my podcast? And I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is no. I'll tell you that for nothing. It's no. No, he hasn't. Let's see how she answers it.
Not since. No, not. I mean, the episode I saw or video I saw
Have
that
you
was.
ever seen non-black women come into my show attempting to criticize, chastise, or check black women?
Non-black women?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm. Then I don't think you've been watching it hard enough.
Bingo. And there it is. I don't think you've been watching hard enough. Because if you had watched it from cover to cover for over a year, you wouldn't say what you just said. It really is that simple. But it's all these feels. Now, don't get me started because feelings have a place. They are very important and they help us navigate the real world. They just do. But when they start to rule your worldview, that's when you run into trouble. Now, I'm going to give you a classic example, which I'm going to give you two reasons behind it. And if you're honest, you see they both have their points. A woman is walking down on a sidewalk, down a block. And there is a black guy walking toward her. Now, there are two ways she can handle this. She can either continue walking and pass the gentleman, or the guy, whatever you want to call him, and continue about her business, or she can cross the street. Either way is acceptable. Now, an argument can be made for what the guy robs her, or if he's trying to rob her. Then you should cross the street. Ain't no shame in it. But if you want to show solidarity with your people, you should continue walking and pass them. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot have them both. It is just logically impossible. Oh, there's the small snippet of a chance that it could happen. But we here at the Common Sense Network deal with facts, not feelings. And I can say that as a black male myself. A black male who has been profiled, who has had run-ins with the police. And I haven't, not once, ever been in a situation where some woman, some random woman, can say he accosted me. It just doesn't happen. Let's get back to it.
Because oftentimes when non-black women come in, I will check that shit down immediately, and even my critics and detractors will tell you that. I don't allow non-black women to come in here and talk about black women. Never have.
And the reason why he hasn't is because of the main thrust of his podcast. And they all center whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to hear it or not. But they all center around black couples and getting the best outcome as regards to the interaction between the sexes. Now, that being said, you can watch things like this You can watch things like Fresh and Fit, like Pearl Daily, like Donovan Sharp. And after a while, you can see why a lot of men in particular, men in general, and black men in particular, don't bother anymore. Because logically, it's a lose-lose situation. I honestly believe that the the amount the women that are her age that my wife was when I married, they were the last of the good ones. I've seen what women today have evolved into, and I don't like it. I've seen what they're capable of. I've seen how they deal with men. I've heard the talk, the stuff they say out loud, the stuff that's supposed to be in private. I've seen it. And to that I say, you got it. You can have it. I don't want it. Which is why I ultimately say, and if my wife was here, she would tell you unequivocally, I've told her, if something were to happen to me, oh no, if something were to happen to her, excuse me, I'm done. I'm good. Thank you. I'm done. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to start from scratch. Oh, what are you into? What do you like? Blah, 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 blah. I don't want it. I've done it. There's nothing to be gained by it. And as far as sex is concerned, it's okay, it's enjoyable, I'll say that. But it's not necessary. It's no longer an itch I have to scratch. It just isn't. So, no, I don't want it. I don't have to have it. And I'm not going to chase after it. Never again. If something were to happen to her tomorrow, I grieve. I miss my baby. I miss her. I would always think about her. Eventually, I get past it. I don't know how. Because you never really forget when you lose somebody you love. And I'm speaking from experience because I lost my mother and my father. You never truly get over them. And they can never be replaced. So I know that eventually I get over it and I live the rest of my days missing her. And maybe someday I'll see her again. Who knows? Let's get back to it.
The one show in particular you're talking about, as we were talking about interracial dating, and that was an open platform regarding that topic. But what you're saying, ma'am, I have at least 8 shows out there where this has happened. So if you've been watching me for a year, I don't see how you saw that show, but you didn't see any other stuff.
He shut that down quick. He wasn't loud. He wasn't argumentative. And he really wasn't all that forceful, but he was direct and to the point. And he said really nicely this: I don't know what the flip you watched, but it wasn't my show. And I've got the receipts to prove it.
Okay, so that show particularly, from what I saw from it, because watching the whole thing kind of made me upset, so I didn't even watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Boom. What'd I say? What'd I say? Watching that kind of made me upset, so I didn't watch the whole thing. She saw a clip, got in her feelings, and turned it off. If she did that, I'm thinking she watched the clip. Got all bent and butthurt and decided to call in and check this man on it. But she picked the wrong one on the wrong day. Because Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, didn't suffer fools at all. He just didn't. Let's get back to it.
Okay, but that's okay. Okay, so first of all, can anybody critique you, or can only black women critique you? Let's talk about that. Because let's just grant the argument. Let's just grant the argument. Let's just say, for the sake of what you're saying, that I allowed non-black women to come in and discuss. What were they discussing?
Well, I saw it was women who weren't black, and they were uh, just talking about like why they felt, or what they felt like black women were lacking as far as being like partners in relationships.
What's wrong with that? If you want to catch a fish, do you ask the fish or the fisherman? Which one is it? Do you watch? Do you answer to the? Do you ask the fish how to do it, or do you ask the fisherman how to do it? Because off the bat, fish can't talk, so I don't know how you could do that. I don't know how you even begin to do that. So I'm thinking you'd ask the fisherman, because the fisherman can show you. I do this, 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 and this, and the end result is you catch a fish. Make it make sense. I don't know. Well, let's continue.
Huh?
And the qualities that they felt that they like lacked, or um, it was just negative. It was just like a lot of negative.
Okay. I'm gonna say something that probably won't endear me to a lot of people, but I don't care. I got mine. I've been in this marriage game. It'll be 30 years next year. 30, 33, 0. I've rid the highs and the lows, did the ups and the downs, got the t-shirt, wore it, put it in a hamper, washed it, and threw it back on. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm qualified to speak on this. For those who didn't know, we've had our days where things are going great. We've had our days where we've had arguments and fights. Not fights, let's say disagreements. We really haven't had a fight. But at the end of it, because there have been more good days and bad days, we're still here. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be here till I die. I don't have the desire nor the inclination to look elsewhere. Because it's all the same now. I'm not giving no female nothing, not a damn thing. She gets no time, she gets no energy, she gets no resources. I'm like 7 Up, never had it, never will. My wife gets it because she's been there from the beginning through the thick and thin. So it's only fair that she can reap the benefits of her time and investment. It's only fair. Ay, ay, ay. Let's get back to it.
Negative
Okay, hold
qualities.
on, but no, 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 no. I want to make sure we have the right show because you're saying that they were discussing their interactions with black women and what black
No, I
women
didn't.
were lacking. Okay, so what you can't do is you can't just come in and say something blanket like that and not have specifics. What you're telling me is you saw non-black women on the show talking about black women and you felt some kind of way. But you can't tell me what they said.
I just, I mean, okay. I just said that
No, you
they
didn't.
were talking.
No,
I
you
didn't say
didn't.
about their experiences with black women. I was talking about they were talking about what they felt black women lacked as far as being like partners and what they felt like why black
Mm-hmm.
women weren't.
Then why can't you give an example of what they spoke about? Because you can't. Because you felt, and there's that word, feel. You felt slighted and hurt. For two reasons. The first reason is because you got somebody who's not black coming in and trying to speak on you, which is he's demonstrated as false. But she's going to die on that hill, so she'll say it, so she can't say it anymore. And two, more importantly, they got what you want. They got a black man. And rather than to listen, actually listen to how they got him, he got him. I don't like him. I don't like her. She should stay in her lane. I'm telling you, it so reminds me of when we were first dating and we were in Manhattan. I've told the story before, and I'll tell it again because it's perfect for this situation. My wife and I are walking, and these two black girls are walking. If we're walking, they're on the inside of us. It's me, my wife, and then walking toward us are these two black girls. And I'm walking, I'm talking to my wife, we're having a good time. I'm not even concerned with anybody. I got my baby, it's all good. And she looked at me, and we walked by, she said, oh man, there they go. And I said, what's up? She said, there's black girls there, and they're talking about, here goes another, why can't they leave our men alone? And I didn't think anything of it. So I just I kept walking. But later on, I'm like, how dare they talk about my wife like that? Which is my girlfriend. They didn't want me. They were trying to talk to me. If you asked them, they would have told you. You like him? Oh, him no. Then what the fuck do you care? Why does it bother you? Because he could have gone to anybody. Nobody was talking to me. You had your chance to advance, and you blew it. You had your chance. From the time I started dating, which was about 13, till the time I left New York for 4 years, I dated exclusively black women. I remember the day before we left and moved to New Jersey. I was talking with my friend Charlie, my friend Keith. Good people. Love, and I'll always have a very special place in my heart for them. They were my boys. And we were back looking at Keith. Keith had this 72 Cutlass 442, I think it was. We were back there admiring the car and just talking. And Keith said, "So you guys are moving to Jersey?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Are you going to marry a white girl? I said, "Are you going to date a white girl?" Like, I don't know. Probably not. He said, "Don't knock it." And back then, I must admit, being the naive klutz that I was, I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. I'm figuring, does he know something I don't know? What's he talking about? And then all these years later, I can say, "Thanks, Keith. Thanks." I know now, more than ever, what you were trying to tell me. Because I'm going to put it out there. And once again, if this doesn't pertain to you, keep it moving. If this doesn't apply to you, you have no skin in the game. What do you care? What's next? But if it does bother you, I have 3 questions to ask you. Question 1, why do you care? Question 2, do you want me? If the answer to that is no, go back to question 1. And question 3, and pretty much sums it up, is, are you jealous? Are you jealous because somebody who does not share the same melanin as you got the outcome that you want? So don't give me that bullshit about how somebody else might have wanted him. That's not the point. The point is you don't. You don't. I'm just another face in the crowd to you. And I would have stayed in the crowd faceless, but you have to see me walk with somebody who happens to be lighter than me. Because that's what it really comes down to. So miss me with all that bullshit. Miss me with all of it. Miss me with every last bit of it. It's not because someone else may want me. It's not even because you may or may not want me. It's because somebody who does not share your melanin has something that you want. It doesn't have to be me. I don't care. I'm hoping it's not. Because if it is, I'm going to hurt your feelings. Let me make something painfully clear. I don't give 3 fucks. I don't give a quarter. I don't give an eighth of a fuck what anybody thinks. I am way, way beyond that. I am so far beyond that I'm not even a blip on your radar. Not even a blip. I don't care. If it's something that needs to be called out, I'm your guy. And I don't care who it offends anymore. I just don't. My youngest brother, we were talking. I had just gotten over being sick last year. It was about this time last year. And he told me that he missed me. And I started to talk about something. And he said, no, no. I miss the guy who said what he felt. And that stuck. And I began to ask myself, have I fallen that far off the wagon? And I said, no, I haven't changed that much. Have I become more politically correct? Yes. I'll be the first to admit it. But not anymore. I will be nice when someone's being nice to me. Step me wrong, I'm going to rip your neck off. I've had it. I've had it because somebody, somewhere, I don't care what goes on, somebody, somewhere is going to hate me for what I got. So I say, bring it. Don't sing it. Bring it. To all my detractors out there who are thinking, healing.
Married or something like that. Like, why? It was
And that was the show topic.
okay.
That was the topic of the show. That's why they were there.
I
We've
thought you said it
also
was interracial.
that it was a the show was about why non black women are coming or trying to be more attracted towards black men. But see, I'm interested though because you said you watched me for a year. And if you watched me for a year, you had to have seen me talk to white women, non-black women, with the same level I've talked to black women. Yes.
I don't watch each and every one of your shows, but I've never seen. Well, most of the time, whenever I see callers, it's mostly black women, anyways. I've never really seen you speak to a bunch of like non-black women before. Before that show that I
So
saw.
you never seen me? Okay. So now you're being okay. Now I'm don't disrespect, but you're being disingenuous. So you watched my show for a year, and over course of a year, I've had at least 4 videos that go viral with talking to white women. 2 are up on World Star right now, both with over 1 million views. So whether you watch my show or not, these things went viral. And I give them the same thing I give everybody. See, what you're trying to do, young lady, is part of the issue. You don't have all the information. You just see you see something that you didn't like the way it felt. But was what was being discussed accurate?
You said, was it accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think it was. I don't think it was completely accurate. But
And then
even
tell
if
me
it
what was in.
was,
Tell me what was inaccurate.
just some of the. I mean, I don't know any of the like specifics of like the women were saying like off the top of my head, but some of the
Okay.
specifics
So
like
you
things that they
don't
were
know of
saying
any
about black
specific.
women.
So you're going to say it's not accurate, but you can't give me any specifics, ma'am. Do you not make room for the fact you just saw a black man talking with non-black women on the show, and they were talking about what you perceive about black women, and they were saying about their interactions, dealings with black women in their life, in their work world,
Do you
or
have like a?
hold on. And you're not backing any of this up. I'm trying to get you to say what the issue was, but it really gets down to the fact that I just saw you talking to some white women. And I didn't like what I felt like they were saying, but you can't. say what they said.
Okay, well, even if the things they let's just like so I can't give you specifics on what they said, but let's just say that what they were saying was accurate. Do
Mm-hmm.
you not feel a little still by inviting other women, women of color to say things about black women? Do you still, even if what they're saying is true, do you not still feel like something should be kept within the realm of like black people speaking about these things, or
No,
especially another? Okay.
no, because I've done that. See, that's the thing. And what I want you folks to understand is even at what I've done, if you watch my show, you know for a fact there have been multiple times non-black women have called into my show and try to talk about black women, and I shut that shit down with prejudice, harshly, and tell them you don't get free reign to come over here and talk about black women. That's in-house stuff. Go in the chat room. People will tell you that happens all the time. But the one show where we talked about why non-black women are starting to check for black men and their interactions with black women in the dating market. And it's like, well, yes. What it really seems to me, young lady, is black women don't want to be we're supposed to keep it in the house. No one is supposed to say nothing.
That's not what I said.